Looks like we are going live. I assume we're live. It says we're live. All right, everyone, we're live. uh, Took us a bit there. I tried to make this especially
Hello,
fancy.
hello.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Will.
all right.
What? Welcome everybody to a live stream of the cEDH cast. Woo!
Yeah. Woo! If Ian, I should have said this before we started, but because I'm recording Discord, I can't really do anything in Discord. So if you could announce it also in the Discord and ping everyone, that'd be great. If we haven't already done
Sure.
that. Um, Yeah, there's 9 people. Okay, okay, Million Little E. I don't know why you gotta be so mean to us. I don't know why you gotta bully us. It's not
Thanks,
nice.
Million. All right. Yeah, we're here celebrating our 500 subscribers. This is a big milestone for YouTube because it means we are halfway to being able to be monetized on YouTube, which is a big thing.
Yeah, we're halfway to being monetized. We have we're halfway to the hours. We're like a little bit over halfway, and 500 is the exact halfway point towards monetization for subscribers. So
Right.
we're doing pretty well. This is about the rate that I was kind of expecting things to go. Maybe a little bit
Yeah.
better. I think hours, in terms of hours, we're actually doing a lot better than I think we were supposed to do.
Yeah. I
So,
completely agree. Hey, Braden, can you also share me your screen? I'd love to see it.
yeah, no, I can't.
Okay, sounds great.
I can't. Sorry, because uh, the stream is recording it,
I
and if I
see.
do that, it'll mess up the pre-made
We're
little
good. We're good.
things so people
Yeah.
can see our little chatting. Apparently, Will Smith saying "lol" is
Yeah, I
reportable
don't know why that's
speech.
considered like cursing according to YouTube. That's very funny.
All right. So, just so everyone who's here, I mean, I'm expecting there to be more people soon, but we have a few items on our list. So, we have free stuff and prizes. We have which I should have done it that way. All right. Turns out I had the wrong stuff up. Anyway, but we have free stuff and prizes, uh, life stuff,
hmm
some playing with power streaming announcements, some social media announcements, uh, some deck tech stuff, and a blank image for us to talk about anything on in case we want to like go crazy.
Oh
So
yeah, going crazy is what we do.
yeah, so um, yeah,
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 very exciting
Joe
time.
do Mojo do.
Yeah, we are live at the moment.
Oh yeah, so at some point we're just gonna have to like order a second pair of shirts and then ask for a refund.
Yeah,
It's like I think that's what
yeah.
eventually we're just gonna have to do.
If it makes me feel better, Million, I also don't have my shirt, and Braden doesn't have his. So
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
annoying to be honest,
yeah.
but
They closed,
you get that
unfortunately.
special treatment by being so nice to us and being one of the first to order
Yeah,
from us. You get the treatment of us treating you like garbage.
real nice, Braden. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, you know me. Um, so
Yeah. So we're hoping to get a couple more people in before we start doing giveaways and stuff like
yeah,
that. But
we have
one more
trivia. We actually spent the time to type up trivia into our
about
Google
ourselves.
Doc. We are professionals now. That's what professionals do, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So what can I say? You're
Yeah.
talking to 12 people listening. That's professional tier right there. That's you know
Yeah.
who am I?
Definitely.
Who am I to deny my birthright? That just sounded like the most obnoxious thing I could possibly say.
Oh, apparently Shaper has endorsed Million's list. I assume, is this Glissa or is this a different list, Million? Yeah, we'll figure it out in a second. Um, so while we have people here in chat, we definitely wanted to talk about, any suggestions now that we are at the 500 subscriber mark. We're talking about, something to push people to subscribe even more. We really want to get to that 1,000 subscriber level because it's coming along really nicely, as we said, but want to really get that last push in. So, any ideas on, how what we as content creators can do to really incentivize people in the audience to want to do that? As we said, we are doing giveaways today and stuff like that, and we are giving it to people who subbed. And I mean, that's really it. Stuff like that. So, any ideas? Feel free to throw them in chat. We are happy to talk about
Yeah.
stuff like
It
that.
also like if you just like want to post your list for us to check out, like I really wouldn't mind doing that either. So
hmm
um,
Yeah, we got a list yesterday from Sage, and I did really enjoy that. And I was thinking we could do a breakdown of that at some point.
yeah,
Hey, Adept.
if adept, oh my god.
Our yeah, so Will, we are I have recorded a game of play on the cEDH Nexus. I have to edit that a little bit, but the plan is now I do have my webcam up. Braden has one in the mail. We are planning to not go obviously like full into gameplay stuff because that's not really that wasn't sort of the idea of our channel in the first place, but we do want to be able to provide more content, especially as you all know this is a weird time for everybody. I have more time now. Braden has more time now. So we're gonna try and produce as much content and unique content as we can under the channel. The podcast is still our main sort of source, but we also have things that we're thinking about, like doing. We're really enjoying doing a lot of the streams. Our live deck techs, we're having a lot of fun doing streams like this, obviously,
They've also been
and
really
think
successful. Like people just start showing up to
yeah,
them, which is
yeah,
incentivizing us to continue doing them.
yeah. And Braden and I really have been enjoying any breaking cEDH news. We are really trying to be the first people there to talk about these things, and we're happy to be that. So we're constantly updating our identity as content creators, and anything that we can do as a community to really help bolster each other and ourselves, we're aiming for. So
Yeah,
that.
we're also just trying to make the content less bad. Um, that's a good goal. I've
Jesus.
felt like if you notice, like now we have text boxes that show our voices moving. Uh,
Yeah. Ooh.
ooh, I learned I had to Google something for that. So
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. We're learning. We're adapting. Obviously, moving to webcams is going to be one thing.
Oh yeah.
As I
So
said,
I thought we would announce. Like I have a little announcements tab. Do you want to like do some quick announcements? I thought that would be
sure.
fun.
Let's jump over that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Let me figure out how this works. All right. Are you set?
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh no, that
And
isn't good.
drum roll, please.
That's not good. All
Very
right.
prolonged drum roll. Okay.
Yeah, now it's good. It should say announcements, everyone. Does it say announcements? It does. Okay. I don't know if everyone saw me screwing it up, but if they didn't, it was
Tyam?
on
What is that?
purpose. What?
Tayam? Is that a...
It uh it's the commander that returns creatures back and removes 3 counters as part of the cost. Or its
Oh, that card's
permanence.
so weird. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Yeah,
think there's something there.
yeah, I don't know. Did we mention that in our set review? I don't think we
I
did.
don't know. Like so generally my thoughts are Jofo Druid is obviously thank you, Adept. So I think obviously it goes pretty well in like decks with like lots of like counters and stuff. I imagine like
Sure.
but like most of those decks are just have like Tymna Inside R are better, right? Or like Carador is better.
Yeah,
So
I feel like it makes you jump through a lot of hoops, and I don't know what we're doing to really break that list specifically. And as Braden said, I feel like I
I'd
mean it
rather
feels kind
draw
of lame, but like
cards. I'd rather draw
I haven't.
cards.
Yeah, well, obviously, duh, Tim Thrasios, blah 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 blah. But like, even if you wanted to stay in Junk or Abzan, like, what would Tyann be doing that Carador doesn't?
Returning artifacts and enchantments is relevant. So like you can
Yeah, but the
reanimate your
cost is pretty
Necro.
big.
I
The
guess
three counters are just
if
not
you're
coming
bringing
from
back a
nowhere.
if you bring back a Necromancy, right, and you bring back a
Okay,
creature that comes with a counter on it, and then gets a
sure.
counter from something else on the battlefield, and then it gets the Vigilance counter, like that technically goes infinite, but that's a
Yeah,
lot. I guess you
that's
could
a lot.
Necromancy. What's that horse? That workhorse? You could Necromancy a
Sure.
workhorse infinitely. That's kind of cute. But that's
Yeah.
probably about it. That's like the best I can imagine.
Yeah, but like even then,
Wait, that
like
doesn't even
it
go
still
infinite
costs
because you need to
because it
remove the
costs mana
counters.
to activate the ability,
Yeah,
right?
and Workhorse makes mana, so like that's. But the problem is it doesn't enter in with enough counters to make infinite
Right,
mana.
to do both. Yeah.
So
It's interesting. I don't know if it's better than
yeah,
anything we have.
I don't know if it. But I mean, like we're pretty off. We're pretty off down a tangent here. But I don't know if it's really better than
Yeah.
Carror because Carror can at least like play your Phyrexian Delvers and like do weird stuff like that, or like replay your
Right.
Karmic Guides over and over again.
And it plays stacks better too, and
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Doesn't lose to Curse Totem as aggressively.
Yes. As aggressively.
So yeah,
It's unique, definitely. I don't really know what else it's doing though. I actually popped over to the EDH rec page for it, and it's just a lot of cute stuff. You know, what I mean, it's a lot of interesting
yeah,
ideas, but
yeah, for
like
sure.
I don't know. I haven't heard a lot about it either. You know, I'm in a couple groups that are just like open. What's the new stuff? Let's brew around it. And Ashnod's Altar and Collar of the Claw.
Yeah. So we're on the
Interesting.
announcements tab, so we should probably start doing announcements.
Yeah.
So
So let's jump over to that.
so
Braden, do
first
you
things
wanna?
first. First thing is first.
Yeah.
I want to talk about. I wanted to brag and also say thank you. I don't know if that's cool, but
Yeah. Go for
I
it.
finally got the microphone we needed. So the audio quality is going to suck so much less, so much less.
Yeah. If you guys ever hear a sound like there's a little bit of wind behind Braden's thing, hopefully that will be
That's
gone
the air
forever
in my
now.
head, but sometimes it's worse than that, and that's the loud
Yeah.
obnoxious breathing, and then sometimes it's worse than
Yeah.
that, and that's the microphone. But
And we wouldn't have been able to get to this point without our patrons and those who have generously donated their money and their time to helping us out. So like very much thank you for that. That this is the big like first financial step we've taken from the Patreon money.
mhm.
Um and
The picture of
yeah,
money also
yeah.
helped us pay for like shirts and stuff, so like
Yes, right,
to
all that stuff as
to
well.
at
Yeah.
least like figure out what they were supposed to look like and stuff like
Right,
that.
right. But
But
this has been our first big
yeah,
like direct money financial upgrade. So
yeah,
thank you,
yeah. Thank you.
genuinely.
Additionally, Adept, who is in the chat right now, got us a gift of a webcam, which is going to be super helpful because it's going to
Yeah.
help us be able to create content that we can't currently make. So,
Yes,
for
definitely.
example, I can't go onto the Saturday stream with Playing with Power because I don't have a webcam, which would be
Right.
pretty cool for both of us to be on there. Now, the next time this
Right.
happens, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
Additionally, I want to start making reviews of sleeves. Like, I want to make a video that's basically just like how to sleeve your commander deck, and then how to sleeve your like $10,000 commander deck, and then
Very
like
true.
how to sleeve your $30,000 commander deck with art sleeves, which
Yeah.
I can't speak. I can't speak for, but we have patrons
Sure.
who do that,
And
so
friends.
we can ask,
Yes, exactly.
them.
Yeah, and another thing is, as of right now, we do have an LFG channel in our Discord, and until this point, it has been exclusively Cockatrice, but we are going to hopefully be moving to be able to at least do more webcam games with patrons, with people who enjoy our content, which has been really awesome.
Oh yeah, like
Um,
I feel like we've made
yeah,
like real like high quality friends with a lot of the people we've played with,
yeah,
like, and
yeah.
they've
It
been
really is.
guesting on
Thank you.
our like content quite a bit. So
Yeah,
if you just like want to play games that are recorded, please
yeah,
hop into LFG and
yeah.
scream at me.
Yes, well, let's. Yeah, it's been really fun. And kind of slipped in that last part there while we're in announcements. As we tweeted out and Playing with Power has tweeted out, I will be joining them on this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm gonna be just playing some webcam games with them. So that's really exciting. It's big for us as a channel. Playing with Power actually shouted us out when we first started because Ryan's a great guy.
Yeah, Ryan's just great.
and and it was really awesome. They've been really instrumental to sort of getting us started, and because of that, like we're eternally grateful. And the fact that they're having us on or in the future and having me on this Saturday is really awesome. We will be talking about my new list in a little bit, and I will be playing that, so that's pretty fun. I'm very excited about that. Like this list is my favorite thing. If you've been in the Discord for the past couple of days, you know I'm overwhelmingly hyped about this stack of
I
cardboard.
can't wait for you to lose so you can finally shut up. I hope you really represent the team well.
Thank you so much, co-host and dear friend.
Yeah.
Anything else under announcements you want to talk about, Brady?
Well, we already moved on from announcements. I literally moved to the Playing with Power.
My screen will not show me what's happening, so it has shown me a loading logo for the past 10 minutes.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's not good.
Not great. Let's talk about other stuff. So, yeah, Playing with Power, very exciting. This Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. It's gonna be wild. It will be on their channel specifically. But I will see if they can share it on ours. Is that a thing?
Who's to say?
Know. Who's to say? Let me actually. I'm gonna. While Braden's talking about the next thing we have to talk about, I'm gonna message Brian right now.
Oh no. Oh, so while he does that, so I'm not sure we had any more announcements, but I do want to explain. We were doing some. I just want to explain because we have like twice as many people now. We will be doing charity. Not charity. What's the word?
Giveaways?
Giveaways. Yes, we'll be doing giveaways.
Yes, we will be doing giveaways today.
Bad at the words. So we'll be doing giveaways today.
Yeah, sponsored charity.
Yeah, well, our charity from you give us money and then we give it back to you. Is how it works for the most part. So today I will drop these in the chat, and I'll move us over to the free stuff category.
Hi, Sage.
So free stuff and prizes. Everyone loves free stuff and prizes.
Woo,
so
woo.
I don't know if
free
you guys
prizes,
all know this, but we have a Redbubble, and on our Redbubble we sell one item, and that is things with the cEDH Cast logo on them.
Yeah, and it is one split item.
Yeah, it's a single item that comes in many forms. So one of the things that you can get
charity.
One of the things you can get is stickers, which I'm currently trying to find the stickers thing for. It's not good that it's this hard to find. So transparent sticker. These are the nicer stickers, right? We're not going to give away shitty stickers. Okay. Sure. So if you go here, and if you don't win, you can just get them here.
Yeah.
So if you go there, you can see the stickers. I mean, you can just buy them, and people have bought them, and I'm not sure what they thought of them. I haven't heard back, but people have bought them. I know there are people out there buying them, and so we're going to be doing trivia. And the first person who answers correctly after we ask the question is going to you're going to have to DM us on Discord, which we can also post the Discord link in the chat. Ian, would you mind doing that?
Sure.
So you just have to DM us, say like, hey, this was me, I won. And then you tell us your address, and we will just send them to you. So it's that simple. We literally just, instead of saying our like credit card address is the same as our shipping address, we literally just buy it and then set the shipping address to you. So if you win, I mean, there's only 20 people here, so you're probably gonna win.
Someone's gonna win something, which is great.
And then if we get up to how many should we might give away a shirt at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not promising. But I'd be down for that.
Depends on the amount of people we get in the audience. Woo!
Yeah. So people, if you could just share this with annoy as many people as you can, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the first question, and I think this is a question I didn't know the answer to, so it's not really a fair question. What was
you didn't know the answer to?
No, I didn't. What was Ian's first cEDH deck? We had an argument over what it was. So what was Ian's first cEDH deck? There are two correct answers because there's the one I thought it was, and the one Ian said it was.
Yes.
So whoever says Ian's first cEDH deck is going to be getting a free set of stickers.
I think we can give. I would say we give one to each person who guesses both of them.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, we got Tassiger, Godo. None of these are correct.
I actually just recently sleeved up Godo. Kefnet. Getting closer, Sage.
Kefnet is a pick.
Kefnet's my love child, but it's not. It's not. The OG one.
It's definitely a blue commander.
Yeah. Well, both of them have the color blue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They both have the color blue in it. So.
Oh no! Wow, real whiffs here. If y'all know anything about me, I am a meme lord and a goblin, and I don't know if that'll help you get one of them.
Narme has a great choice, not correct. Urza, also a great choice, not correct. Now, there are two correct answers, and I will say one of them is blue-black and one of them is blue.
Mono blue.
Mono
Yeah.
blue.
Wow, y'all are guessing all but the right blue commander.
Okay, there's like 80 correct answers.
Oh, Nathan
Oh,
got the
Nathan got the
yeah.
first one. Now, we're still open to the mono blue one, but
Yes,
Nathan just...
Una was my first budget CEDH deck.
yeah,
I was
okay. So
playing Una Scepter.
here's where I am telling Ian he's wrong about something that's an objective fact. So the thing is I'm going to spoil it now, unless someone got it in between me
Wait.
spoiling.
No, I say we give him a little more time to guess the mono blue one. But
All right, so
hey, Joe got it. Yeah.
okay, so blib, blib. All right, so Joe and
Close
Nathan,
enough.
Joe and Nathan, DM
feel free to
me
pee.
or Ian on Discord, and we will make sure you get your stickers. So the story here is Ian played Una, and it was not a CDH deck.
Sure,
Then
it was budget.
it was not a CDH deck, and then Fibblethip came out, and Ian, being an absolute meme lord hipster, was like, "Oh, I see. This is the perfect cEDH commander. It draws cards, and it's a Doomsday on a stick. What else could I possibly need?" And Fibblethip was born.
Yeah. Million had a good guess there. The deck that really got me to commit to cEDH was Grand Arbiter. That was like the other decks I'd been trying for a while, and Fibblethip was really fun, but Grand Arbiter was the deck that did get me like really like jazzed about the format, which explains my love of stacks.
All right. So that's our trivia for now. I think we're going to come back to this in the future.
Yeah. So for those that won, feel free to DM Braden and or I on our Discord, and we will set you up. Preferably Braden.
Yeah. So can you, Ian, send me some deck lists specifically here? I'm going to do mine first because it's already in the chat and because I'm selfish. So
Okay, sure.
I've been working. We're going to move over to deck techs, but I need to get the deck list.
Sure. We're gonna go first to the list that Braden theory crafted this morning, and then we can go with the one.
While I was driving and I was ordering someone to write down everything I said,
he was your scribe.
Some pompous asshole. Probably shouldn't say that, but yeah, I was not a nice guy. So did you just post your list 8 times in the?
Yeah, because you've asked me to post it 8 times.
You're better than this. You're better than this, and I know it. So,
I mean, we all know Paco at this point. Paco's been done. We had a stream about it.
So I gotta go to. Sorry, guys. I'm still awful at this.
You're pulling up your new baby brew? So this is Braden's theory craft from this morning, and he definitely didn't put it after my list I've taken a lot of time to work on. That would be crazy.
Ian, you better be quiet, or I'm going to cover your voice box up with our voice boxes, I swear.
Oh, no.
I swear I'll do
it. All right, so
all right.
Do you want
to... I'm trying to figure this out.
I'm trying to resize it?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Here, I will put the list up in the YouTube chat too, so people at home can follow along.
All right.
Because you did.
So I guess I can't figure this out, and I'm just gonna do it this way. Is there?
Sure.
Would people rather see our voice boxes or not see our voice boxes? I'm gonna go with no.
I'm assuming not.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yeah.
So we'll do it this way.
Fine.
So.
You did DM me the medium stacks thing, right?
I did.
Yeah.
That's what's up right now. So
okay.
Medium Stacks is a version of the the newly named, thanks to Cobblepot, Turbo Thrasios archetype, which I think is like an actual archetype now.
I think it's a very real archetype now. Yeah.
I just think like there's now enough decks that are like doing it that we have to like properly refer to it by its correct name. So that's the deck list, just so everyone has access to it.
Oh, I was literally just typing it. Damn it. Very good. Yeah.
What am I doing? Oh, I'm over here. So
yep.
So the idea of the deck is that it's a Thrasios and Bruce Tarl deck. So why Bruce Tarl? Bruce Tarl can get neoformed into a Seaborn Muse. That's basically it. Also, Bruce Tarl attacks for a lot of damage, which I'm a big fan of. I like big boys. If you've seen Paco, Bruce Tarl is like a really tiny Paco. 6'3" is just very tiny. So playing all the dorks, I found this Boreal Druid to like just be really good lately. I could just be totally wrong. Um,
That was my first question when you sent me the list earlier.
so then we have our standard like 2 drops in a deck like this: Biomancer's Familiar, Dockside, Drannith Magistrate, Gilded Drake, Incubation Druid. Incubation Druid's good because we're on Freed from the Real Stuff and it's a Neoform target. We're on Keenan because we're on Basalt Monolith Shenanigans. Priest Titania is just a broken magic card. Faber Welder, kind of already covered it. Lord Drakus is really cool because it goes infinite with Dockside Extortionist and a bounce spell. So we're playing some bounce spells and trying to go infinite with those. Zerda the Dawnwaker is kind of the reason to be in Boros. So you have
Do you
medium.
not
green.
have Bloom Tender in there, Braden?
Oh, I should. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Let's. Guys,
Chat's already calling you out, and no Arbor Elf was another call out.
I don't like Arbor
Which
Elf.
I'm aware you don't. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this Boreal Druid. That's so bad. It's good, but it's not like that good. So, Lord Drakus goes infinite with Dockside and a bounce spell. Zerda is like the reason to be in Boros. So, if you're like medium green, I think is a pretty good option. And then the other option is to play Bruce. And Zerda is like the reason because it goes infinite with Basalt Monolith, and it's also like a training grounds on a stick that's really easy to Neoform into or Eldritch Evolution into. It's also like not a bad body. A 3/3 survives Pyroclasm, which Biomancer's Familiar does not. So it's pretty relevant. Sorry about that. We're on Hikori Dust Drinker because we're trying to do shenanigans with Seaborn Muse where we like play Seaborn Muse, play a Winter Orb, and then pass the turn and win. When Follow Secret of Science is just like a good hate bear. It's also good in this deck. We're on Seedborn and Consecrated Sphinx because we're just playing Greed Town, Population Us. I like having a Eldritch Evolution target at every CMC for our commander. And Bruce is a 6-drop, or Bruce is a 4-drop. 4+2 is 6. Consecrated Sphinx is probably the best 6-drop. I will check the comments to see if anyone's saying I'm crazy. Okay, yeah, there is some crazy, but that's okay. So then I go over to the sorceries. I'm playing Gamble. That's probably not correct. Meltdown. Kind of like Meltdown. It lets you blow up a lot of artifacts. I'm not on Chrome Mox for some reason, I just noticed. So one second, I'm going to add that too.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad at Meltdown, but we're still probably supposed to play it.
I think you're still playing any of the 0-drops.
Yeah, we'll cut Nature's War. It's a pet card.
Yeah, probably.
Finale Devastation, so it's a win condition when we have infinite mana. It also tutors for like Gilded Drake, Dockside, War Drakus.
Curse of Bounty. Whoa.
Yo, we're going deep. Okay, we'll get there. Eldritch Evolution, kind of already mentioned it. Sabine's Reclamation, it's just so good. It's so good. It reanimates our Freed from the Real, which is so good. It reanimates a Freed from the Real and a Bloom Tender, which is like so good.
I hate that this list is basically just a stacks plus my list.
It's your list, but good.
Oh, so disagree there, buddy, but that's okay.
Fire. Natural Order.
Wow.
I usually
What a
don't think
hater.
Natural Order is good enough, but now that we don't have the black tutors, Natural Order is probably good enough. It's like really close.
Well, because this is like immediately a Seedborn deck, right? Like that seems to be the plan A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, like we're
Yeah.
like for medium green, like Seedborn's like plan B, C, and like D. Where Consult like mid range is just like plan A, which is a pretty good plan A. This is like all in.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
this is a pretty standard interaction package. If you're all looking through the deck list on your end, it's pretty obvious, I think, why most of these cards are here. We do play Into the Royal and Winds of Rebuke because it helps us go infinite with our Lord Drakus combo.
Yeah.
So we just have to play a higher density of bounce spells. This probably actually isn't enough, but I couldn't find any I was really happy with besides like
Sure.
Unsummon, and I felt like it was bad to run Unsummon.
Blink of an eye?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I want 2 Into the Royals. Like, Into the Royal is just like disperse.
Someone in the audience suggested Submerge. It's not bad.
It puts it on top, though.
But that puts it on top of your library. It doesn't work with the combo.
Yeah, but it probably should be on Submerge. They're not wrong. So Court of Calling is interesting. It lets us at instant speed tutor for a lot of our good stuff.
Yeah, and you're playing a very heavy green slant,
Yeah,
so
and it
like I
lets
think for you
Thrasios
it's pretty
tap for
easy.
Finale of Devastation if you think of it that way. It's also an
Huh?
instant. So like
You
because
mean
it
for
has
chord?
Convoke with Chord, you can use your Thrasios to pay for like a Finale basically, right? So if Finale
Wait,
is
why are you saying a finale?
because Finale is X green green, and this is X green green green.
Oh,
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
what you're saying.
So
It is
like
it is like the same cost as a
yeah,
finale with Thrasios. I see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So and Bruce. So
And Bruce, sure.
although you're probably not doing that.
Uh yeah. You need
Deflecting
green,
Swat,
green,
Fierce
green, but yeah.
Guardianship, Force of Vigor, Force of Will. Those are just the free counter spells I think you have to play if you're playing
Yeah,
like
of
a
course.
Turbo
Of
Thrasios
course.
deck, especially in red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty standard rock package. Grim Monolith, Basalt Monolith, Go
Someone
Infinite.
suggested Snap. Yeah.
I kind of like Snap. It's close.
Yeah.
Snap is way easier to go infinite because you only need it to be 4 or 5 mana instead of like 6 or 7
Yeah.
mana. But so Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith go infinite with Zerta because you pay a certain amount to tap it, then you pay way less to untap it, and now you have infinite
Yeah.
mana. Um,
Right.
Winter Orb is here because, kind of like a Corey Dust Drinker, we're trying to just play a Seedborn Muse, play this one of our stacks pieces, which we don't even have very many of, and this isn't really a stack stick. The name needs to change. It's just a meme
I mean,
name,
you're running like 7.
sort of.
Yeah.
So basically, we play our Winter Orb, play our Seedborn Muse, win the game. It's like a 2 card combo, kind of. It's going to be really hard to lose a game after you've done that.
Yeah.
And then like we're on so many dorks and like we're actually not on that few rocks.
I don't know if you can't like you can't call this decks. You're on Hakori, you're on Winter Orb, you're on Deafening Silence, like
We'll see. I think stacks are just
yeah.
good enough now that like you can play stacks
Activate.
pieces without
Yeah.
like being a stacks deck. So go to the enchantments. Carpet of Flowers, Deafening Silence. Deafening Silence is kind of cute. Maybe that's not good enough, but it's pretty cute. Mystic Remora, Training Grounds, Blind Obedience. I just really like Blind Obedience with all of our like other stuff. It just is like kind of it's a punishing card to play against. Like if you play this on turn one, like all these decks that are like trying to play their mana vaults and their mox mana crypts are just like dead. Like one of the best starts to a game can literally just be like land, mana crypt, blind obedience, because like now everyone else's artifacts from now on are entering tapped. You have a huge tempo advantage, and you get to play the game normally. It makes Bruce kind of better because you don't have to worry about blockers as much. But generally, blind obedience is just like a mean card. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to be on the one that. No, I think this is probably just the one I'm supposed to be on. Curse of Bounty is spicy. Spicy. So
I think it's pretty bad, to be honest.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I really don't. Here's why. So what it is you get a Seedborn Muse effect anytime the enchanted player is attacked. So you attach it to like the Adnos player, let's say. Everyone's already attacking the Adnos player. They get to untap their stuff, which is like insane, really bad for you. However, you get to untap your stuff, which is insane. Luckily, you have if you're trying to have enough stacks pieces that them untapping their stuff like is what is either like not as good because like their stuff is already tapped and now sure they're getting out of your stacks pieces, but like you just also untapped your stuff and got to activate Thrasios like 4 times, or like 100 times, or you have like stacks pieces like Deafening Silence out so that like sure they play a removal spell for one of your stacks pieces after they untapped all their stuff and you're like I'll use my counter spell ho 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 like
I just feel like you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot a lot with this list.
yeah
Like
sure, and then sometimes you're just going to crush people to death.
Sure, and I get that.
It's
one thing I'm kind of wondering, seeing this now, and like now that you've added, because when I was looking at it earlier, it was like 60 of the central idea cards. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Like it just seems so conducive to what you're doing. I said I don't know why you're not running ISO Rev at this point.
Yeah, I think that's
like
fair.
it just seems really synergistic with like a lot of the untapped and you know what I mean. Like
yeah, that seems.
I don't know, just
that's pretty fair. I think like
I know you're not a fan of the. Yeah, I know you're not a fan of it in general, but it just
no. I think it's fine too because like we're already on Muddle because like we just have a bunch of like good 2-drops in our deck like with the Oxide. I don't know. I mean that's fine. I have no problem with that.
I don't know about Curio. Curio seems very cute in the list. I don't really know what it adds.
Curio?
Yeah, someone in chat said that.
No, I don't think we do class Curio at all.
I
It's
don't
cute
think
with
so either.
Dockside because you like be like bounce my Dockside, bounce my
Right, but at that
Thrasios,
point,
bounce
weren't
my.
you just playing Baron or Sabretooth, right? Like, I don't know.
It's a 2 card combo with Dockside though.
So are Baron or Sabretooth.
Yeah, but one is like the mana is like way lower, right? So like it only costs you. You only need.
Is
I guess like no, it's the
Oh,
same.
I guess if you have an elf, but like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess,
like
yeah,
cute.
sure.
It's cute. Like I don't know. I'm not like a fan, but it's cute. Maybe
I'm
instead of
not
free
either.
from the real. I don't know.
Uh, Jason, I do have to disagree with you. Baron has been amazing in testing for me, but
I'm not a huge Baron fan. Uh,
yeah, that's fine.
uh, but wait, Dockside sucks. I don't know about that.
Who
Maybe I
said that?
misunderstood. Uh, Cobblepot. Maybe I just understood what he said. I don't know.
Oh,
But
okay.
uh, I'll go back to describing stuff. So we get to play like
Mm,
some stacks pieces that are pretty cool, like Back to Basics, Smothering Tide, Stranglehold, and then we play Wilderness Reclamation. So that's another way for us to break parity. Because I
yeah,
think running only Seedborn Muse just isn't quite good enough. And also that card's insane. Because like if it resolves, you just like that's like a Thrasios activate. Like instead of activating Thrasios, you play
it's
your
just a
Wilderness.
second Seaborn Muse in this deck. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that too. Like it's pretty crazy. Maybe I'm supposed to be on Nexus, but that seems like a meme. Uh,
yeah, I think so too.
Mineral Lands is pretty standard. It's probably incorrect. There's probably some mistakes here, but I'm not going to
How
defend
many
it.
are you on? 29?
Yeah, I should probably be on 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
think
mean, you
Curse of
do have
Bounty is
a
nuts,
it's
though. I'll be honest with you.
you do have a consecrated Sphinx, so it's hard to see
Yeah,
what happens
I can
there.
cut like a natural order because it doesn't even get. Here, we'll do that,
Sure.
and then we'll add like a. Add a car waste. No.
Yeah, so the
Hard
main
potion
win
force.
cons, people in the audience who seem to have a little confusion. The main win conditions are any of the monolith combos or the dockside loops. Really are like the hard wins
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
deck.
And then you're just also drawing like more cards than everyone else. We also have Freed. So
Yeah,
we have
Braden is yes.
Lordricus.
Oh, free from the other two. I was
Yeah,
gonna say Braden is pretty. His deck building philosophy heavily leans towards win
no.
conless
Yeah,
style.
win
So
cons are for losers. I'm not a big win con fan. Finale Devastations are
yeah,
win con, I guess, but like we're just gonna draw our deck.
but
And,
that's also just a tutor for in your deck, right?
yeah,
So
it's I, maybe I'm supposed to play like Twister.
I don't know. It's yeah. I have been. You'll see it in my list next, but like I've had zero problems with just having infinite mana.
Yeah, maybe like a
I guess what happens if you go post combat? How do you think you win right now?
I draw most of my deck and then I just wait.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. What do you mean?
I make infinite mana, right? I have infinite mana. I draw most of my deck, so I draw my counter spells,
Yeah.
my interaction, and then I just pass a turn. And then they say they like try to swords my thing, and I say no, and then they try to, and then if I don't run
Mhm.
that interaction in my hand, I'll just make more infinite mana, and
Sure.
you know like
Yeah, I guess. I feel like you probably need a harder answer at this point, but I've also won games that way many a time, so I get what you're saying.
once you have infinite mana, as long as it's infinite mana of every color, when it's a basalt monolith and a winter or in a grid monolith, it's like a little bit sketchier. I will admit.
You also, yeah, I do have to say, you also do get to like drop, as opposed to like most lists who just pass with their mana up. You also get to like drop an orb, and
Yeah,
then
and
and
like a
then
and
say
like a
pass.
and a what's it called? A Draenith Magistrate and
Sure.
other stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. So you do definitely have that sort of proactive thing.
I'm just checking. Like it seems like I have very few humans in my deck, which is a good thing. I'm just thinking about how good Keenan is, like just activating. Doesn't seem like it's the
Oh
worst.
yeah.
Doesn't seem the worst.
I
I'm playing some
yeah.
thick lads like Seaborn Muse, Consecrated Sphinx, Linvala,
Sure.
Hikori.
I definitely I was in a game yesterday where my Thrasios went under a Kenneth transformation. I did have to activate Kinnan a couple times, and it whiffed twice, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's like fine. I don't know. Does the chat have any ideas for like hard win conditions I should be playing?
Well, Will Smith says you may have a problem with Curse Totem, which I don't disagree with, but that is where things like Meltdown come in.
Yeah.
Although you have a lot of bounce, so I mean it's for combo turns, but I definitely think if you are trying to grind, I think it's harder to argue that bounce is the right answer, right? Because then they just play it next turn.
Yeah, for sure. I think
I think that is one sort of hole in the strategy at the moment, is that there are certain stacks pieces that really affect you without you being able to
yeah.
hard answer
Thankfully, like
them.
I do have like outlets that don't necessarily. I guess like I really
Sure.
don't. Maybe I
Yeah,
need like a.
that's kind of where I'm going at.
I guess like it's not that bad. Like the Lord Drakus combo doesn't need any activated abilities of creatures,
Right.
and then I just need to like
Uh,
have a finale and win.
yeah, I think
I
that's
could play
kind of it.
Nexus though. Like Nexus actually isn't that bad with Wilderness Reclamation.
It isn't, but is it? It seems a little win more. Um,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, and that Jason in the chat said if you do put ISO Rev, then Blind Obedience does become just a hard win, which is
Oh
nice.
wait, I already have a win con. It's Blind Obedience. I have infinite mana. I just yeah.
You do not have infinite colored mana though, except
Dockside
for Dockside. With the
and Blind
colorless loops,
Obedience
I'm saying
and
you don't.
Dockside and what's it called? Um, Freed from the
What?
Real. Freed from the Real also makes infinite white mana.
So, but what I'm saying is, hypothetically speaking, right?
Make
You have
infinite
a Zerta
colorless.
combo out.
So I make infinite colorless and
Yeah.
I just play Dockside, bounce Dockside in my hand. Play Dockside, bounce
Wait,
Dockside in my
how?
hand.
You can't do that with infinite colorless.
You just need one. I guess I would need one red.
Yeah, that's fair. That's well, so it's funny that you say that. I guess you are running things like Mox Diamond and Chromox, but that is I am running one Arcane Signet in my list just for that point, is that when you can transition into the dockside loops. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
It's you. I mean, so the problem, I guess, there is that you, if your opponents don't have, I guess you need four, right? Is that the minimum for artifacts and enchantments
so to
for that
convert
loop to
color
work?
to convert colorless mana into colored mana,
Yeah,
it's
you need to play dockside and make four colored
I think
mana
it's
because Lord
three
Drake is plus bounce
because you
spell.
can use the colorless mana to pay for the bounce spell. I think it's only three because you need one blue for the
But
bounce
no,
spell, one
Lord
blue
Drake
for the.
is double pip.
Oh, I see. I was just thinking you like
Dockside bounce spell Lord Drakus.
yeah. I mean, you could also just do like with Underworld Breach, right? You don't
You
make
just
infinite.
recast a bounce spell. Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems a
Do we need
little.
infinite mana, or do we just need like a lot of red? Like, how much mana do we really? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's fair. I guess technically speaking, you can say infinite colorless. I'm just going to use
it
two
makes six
colored
red.
mana.
You know, like
Yeah. My only worry is that you have right now with infinite colorless, you have literally exactly two ways to make colored mana. You see what I'm saying? It's just the Mox Diamond and the Chrome Mox.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. If that's like a risk you're willing to take. I have been playing a very similar list and have run into that issue a few times.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Like,
Which is one
oh
of the
wait,
reasons
we
I
also
prefer.
can. All right, I think I've solved it because Thrasus puts
Okay.
lands into play. Thrasus puts lands
Okay.
into play. So we just sack our
Yeah.
lands to use Chain of Vapor to bounce like our Mox Diamond and our Mana Crypt or Mox Diamond Chromax back to our hand. We can just sack a
Mm,
ton of lands. It's not great, but it's at least somewhat of a
yeah.
solution.
I do sort of agree. Someone in chat said Lord Drakus is kind of a bad curio. I'm not a fan of the Drakus lines, but Braden prefers
I
those.
disagree. I think Lord Drakus is like a regrowth like 60% of the time, maybe 40% of the time. Where like Curio is like a 3 minute do nothing artifact like
Yeah.
60% of the time probably.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say like I feel confident saying that like 30% of the time Curio will do the thing. That feels
Okay.
pretty low, at least to me.
Yeah.
I'm not playing like the creatures that when they ETB they tutor, so it's like right, like it'd be better there because then I could like I guess like I'd have to warp the deck around it, which is like not a bad idea necessarily. How big is this quarry? It's not a bad idea because like I could just play the creatures that when they ETB tutor for like a 2 power 2 toughness thing,
Sure.
and then
Sure.
like
Like
that thing gets
Recruiter the
dockside.
Guard, Imperial
Yeah,
Recruiter, things like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then like that thing gets dockside. Play dockside, bounce the Imperial Recruiter in my hand, replay Imperial Recruiter, get like a Keenan or something.
Yeah.
Like some outlet.
Yeah, it seems like a logical progression. I get
Yeah.
that. And for everyone in the chat, this is really, I mean, this was a car brew of Braden's today, so it's definitely
I was
raw.
yelling at someone in my car saying,
Yeah,
"Hey, we should play this."
this is a dictation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm
there's like
only
the
sad that you put it first because now my list looks like it's similar to yours when yours definitely came after mine.
I think my list came after Cobblepots, to be fair.
Yeah.
Co- Cobblepot has been brewing this spicy stuff like for weeks now. Oh, where's Mind Sensor? Just missing. There should be a Mind Sensor in there. Yeah, it's
I guess, yeah, but Cobblepot did, to be fair, jumped on this archetype way after the Evolution crew, but that's a
the
story for
Turbo
another time.
Nose though. That's the thing, right?
Uh, what's happening?
The Turbo Nose.
Are you not running Mind Sensor?
No, I just added it.
Oh,
I'm an
okay.
idiot. I'm an
Why?
idiot. Why did I
Okay.
add it? I think it's
Dude,
good.
what's with Curse of Bounty, man? I can't.
The card's good. I'm like, be honest here.
I-
It literally says attacks. It doesn't even say damage. It literally just says attacks. So you can like
Yeah.
swing in with a Thrasios, untap everything. It
I
affects
guess
your turn.
I'll have to see you play it. I'll have to see you play
I mean,
it.
worst case scenario, like literal worst case scenario, I play it, attack with Thrasios, bounce it back to my hand.
Sure.
That's insane, right? Like, so
Wait, why is it bouncing it back to your hand?
so that my opponents can't take advantage of it.
Oh, I guess if you're expending a bounce spell to stop your own card from taking effect,
Then
that's
it's
not.
then it's like a dramatic reversal for all my lands, right? Or is it only non-land?
It's non-land, dude.
Yeah, we're cutting
Yeah.
this. We're cutting this. All right, you were right. You were right.
Okay. I was like, what is he missing?
All right, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay.
I'm willing to admit when I was just reading cards incorrectly and I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's fine.
This is one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
many
We
occasions.
got there, folks.
So bad.
It's okay, buddy. Happens.
All right. Well, you have to understand. Like, I also wanted synergies for my Winter Orb stuff, so I thought that would like
Yeah.
go well with it. All right.
I agree.
Fine.
I think there's definitely stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Once again, I do think ISO Rev combos well with your Winter Orbs strategy in general. Have you thought about Static Orb, or do you not want that because of the fact that you're on so many dorks?
Can you say that again? Sorry, I was like doing.
I said Static Orb. Have you thought about that at all?
I just think the fact it's like 3 mana and it affects everything.
Sure. One more question for you. How do you feel about this one's? I'm aware this is probably bad and definitely spicy. How do you feel about? Oh, crud! What is that stupid card called? Hybrid Simic untaps all your green and blue creatures.
Oh, that card's bad. I don't even know. The card's
It
bad.
is okay. Yeah. I just think like I don't know. Do you ever need a backup Seaboard Muse? I get that you have Wilderness.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
No,
cool.
you Yeah.
Alrighty, sounds good. All right, do we want to switch over to the list I've been playing, please?
Yeah, one sec.
Mercfiend Leash, thank you so much. Thanks, chat. Yeah.
What
So
happened?
yeah, I think definitely one thing to keep in mind with this list is it is running. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely suggest going Iso Rev if I was playing this list specifically. I think just your synergies tend to line up with it. Is there a reason you're particularly on Bruce as opposed to Akiri? Because you do have a decent amount of artifacts, especially if you do go the Iso Rev route, Braden.
Sorry, I'm like, I think I broke everything. So I'm just trying to fix
okay.
it.
You're fine.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I do agree. I think Static Orb is probably just a jump. It was just more of a point of conversation. I think it's probably right now the way the land hate works is you can leverage the advantage to. I would say you can leverage the advantage through the mana dorks and excessive amounts them. Yeah, I know the Bruce and the Neoform thing. Yeah. Yes. I have been playing an interesting. To be fair, though, Akiri neoforming doesn't really matter because you already have Thrasios. Ooh, Root Maze. That's a very good suggestion. That I think actually this may be one of the few decks that can effectively run a Root Maze.
Probably. I mean, like, Root Maze is really good, so...
Root Maze is like if you can break parity on a card like Root Maze, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, like, that's like one of the things that Isan does, and it's always like, oh, wow, I wish I could play cards that made my opponents that sad.
Yeah. I don't know if Akiri synergizes way better with Winter Orb because Akiri doesn't really synergize with anything apart from the fact that it is an artifact. Bruce is
I think Bruce is
so
way
so if you think
better.
about there's like 6 artifacts in the deck, right? And Bruce is already attacking for 6 damage 95% of the time. So it doesn't really make sense to try and jam Akiri just because it's out at 2 mana.
Yeah.
Also, when you're playing decks that have a lot of stacks, one, having a good attacker or blocker is like great. Um, oh, thanks Noah, appreciate it. Appreciate the shout out. Smother Tide's great in the deck. I assume it was already in there, Braden. Yeah,
Yeah, I assume so.
obviously, because that's
Yeah,
that's one of the
sorry.
best cards to break parity on a Winter Orb.
Yeah, it was there. I'm just I forgot to mention it.
Yes, so vigilance is good with the Winter Orb. I do agree with that part.
Yeah, but I don't think
Just
that matters,
I don't think it
right?
matters either.
Like it's
For those
certain.
of you that
It's
have played any Bruce Tarl decks, there are advantages that you don't expect in a cEDH game, and one of the best advantages I've gotten from playing that card has been being able to pressure ad nauseum players. Once again, Akiri is not really doing that as effectively.
yeah. I don't. I
Okay,
agree. All right, so we have
so
Dawnwaker Evolution up. This
yeah,
is
so this is
teams that.
my Bruce Thrasios list that I've been working on. And as I said, they're going to look similar. They play extremely different. The only similarity between the lists is that they do aggressively get Seaborn use. So for those of you, I'm going to give a little history lesson behind this deck. It's it has come from there was a list called Blue Pod for those that know it, which is Bruce Thrasios in what would normally be the Blood Pod deck. Out of that evolved a deck from the guy who made it named Alton, who I've been really working with in sort of refining my list. Alton made a list called Evolution, which is literally the evolution of Blue Pod. Evolution as a concept was basically they were taking away the stacks that were existed in the pod lines in Blue Pod. And Elton said, I'm not even going for the pod lines anymore. I'm just going to make a deck that aggressively goes for the lines that I am always using to win. So that's what made Evolution. Then Zerda came out, and I have been working on a list called Dawnwaker Evolution. Now, if you go to the Evolution Primer right now, Alton has been doing work that I would consider parallel to what I'm doing. And we can break it. His list is definitely similar. We're probably about 10, 15 cards apart right now. The main difference between my list and his, and the reason I call it Dawnwaker Evolution, is because my list is aggressively focused on Zerda the Dawnwaker, the new Boros legend. Braden, can you pull Zerda up? I know it was in your last deck, but I think it's relevant
Oh
here.
yeah.
Um,
So
uh,
Zerda the Dawnwaker
yeah,
is the name of the
you could.
card.
Oh, that's right. You're on a delay, so I'm seeing it from a delayed part of my screen.
Yep.
Um, so Zerda, the reason I actually was interested in evolution in the first place was because I saw Zerda spoiled, and I said, "Oh my god, that card is very, very powerful," and it works really well with Thrasios. What else works with Thrasios was making infinite mana. And Zerda, as Braden mentioned, combos with both Basalt Monolith and Grim Monolith. So I said, wouldn't it be powerful to be playing a Basalt Grim Monolith deck with Thrasios with Power Artifact? And that's I think the main difference between what Alton and I are doing with our evolution lists is that Alton is actually not playing Grim Monolith, and I am playing Grim Monolith and Power Artifact. So that I am yes, so Jason, Advantage Thrasios Cobblepot's list basically came out with that as soon as I started working on this. And so basically it was ideas we had at literally the exact same time that we both had been talking about for a while. I don't know if he's on Power Artifact like I am. The Advantage Thrasios list the Adventure Thrasios list basically is a baby of medium green and evolution as it is, and mine is sort of like a step to the side. A lot of these definitely are subtle differences. The biggest difference you're going to see between a list like mine and a list like Advantage Thrasios is that my list is very aggressive. I am playing Seedborn Muse. I am playing ways to tutor out Seedborn Muse very early. But unlike an advantage deck like Thrasios, like Medium Green, this deck is using the card advantage generated by cards like Seedborn Muse to basically set up 3-tiered wins, right? So the way I've been playing, and I've had a lot of success with this list so far. I've been playing it on Nexus. I started recording my games, and from that point, I am 8 wins and 1 loss with this deck. So it feels strong, and it caters to my playstyle. I'm a very aggressive cEDH player, and the list works so that basically the advantage you're getting from Thrasios, I'd say you're generating probably like 3, 4, 5 cards a turn. That is not just being used to oppress the board, it's being used for me to jam my win cons. So if we take a quick look through the list, I'm playing Zerda, as I mentioned, with Basalt and Grim Monolith. I'm playing Power Artifact, so that's already several ways to generate infinite mana. Kinnan is in the list. With that and Basalt Monolith, it generates infinite mana. I'm also playing Freed from the Real. That plus Bloom Tender, plus Fabro Elder, plus certain Mana Dorks and Kinnan generate infinite mana. As I said, Free from the Real. I'm also on Aureox Salvagers and Lion's Eye Diamond, Bomberman combo. That's another way to generate infinite mana. The reason I'm on Bomberman, and someone just mentioned this in the chat here, is because I'm also running Intuition piles with Underworld Breach. So if you're noticing the fact that I'm mentioning all these different win cons, they layer together, in my opinion, extremely well. Sometimes I am also playing Baron Dockside. So if you're hearing this and you're probably like, I think he's just listed 8 win cons in a row. And Braden and I have had a long talk about, he doesn't like this list because he doesn't.
I don't hate it. I'll put it that way. I don't hate it.
No, it's fine. Yeah, and I understand. Yes, so someone pointed out in the chat, Intuition, my pile for that is Breach, Lion's Eye, Diamond, Sphinx, Reclamation, most of the time. And the list seems like it could easily fold to something like a Rest in Peace. But when that happens, you go for the Basalt Monolith line or the Grim Monolith line. And there's a lot of value being generated from this deck. And the point of it is that you generate so much value that you get to a point, probably about 3, 4, 5 turns in. Sometimes it takes longer because you're setting up. But the whole point is that you get to go for the win several times, right? So there have been turns where I will go for a Freed from the Real win on my Bloom Tender, and I'll fight through 4 counterspells, and I'll still lose. And I've played lists before where if you do that, you're out of the game. But then the next turn with this deck, I can go, okay, I tapped out for all of that, but next turn, I'm just going to Finale of Devastation for my Zerda and attempt to make infinite mana there. And then that doesn't work. So sometimes you have to go back to go, okay, fine, I'll just take a step back and wait to generate a bunch of advantage and stuff like that with my Thrasios. Sometimes that doesn't work. And you have to adapt, right? So sometimes your opponent will play something like a Curse Totem. That's now I can just cast an Intuition and go for these lines. So, and Will, as I said, the LED and the Bomberman combo are in the deck because they work so well with the Intuition lines, because they work so well with the Breach lines. A lot of these win cons are layering on top of each other, which is why I've had success so far, because these win cons, although some of them are disparate, are actually working together. And I'm able to put so much pressure on the table that they have to answer me 2 or 3 times in a row. And it's not like I'm playing an aggro deck that's going to fold to any sort of interaction or removal, because you're playing all of the free counterspell. I am playing Vexing Shusher for those in the chat.
Can I actually
originally
ask
the
you
list
a question about pact negation?
Sure, let's go there.
So, like, if you're trying to win every other turn, right, or every turn, isn't like pact negation pretty bad?
No, because one, a lot of the time I've been able to pay. Yes, so sorry. The Angel's Grace is there for a lot of things.
Underworld Breach.
Yeah, it's for breach lines. It's also there because it's an uninteractable piece that happens to be a good win con if I combo off on my second main phase. Some people, like Alton right now, the guy who came up with Evolution, is running like Stroke of Genius, or not Stroke, Stroke of Genius, right? That's the draw X. Yes, I think so. Anyways, he's yeah, Stroke of Genius. It's the one that makes them draw cards. So he's running that right now. I just like Angel's Grace better. Anyways, back on that. So I was running Grand Abolisher. If you actually notice, it's in the main board. I'm on Vexing Shusher.
You mean maybe
Um,
board, right? Isn't it in the
I said
maybe?
maybe. Sorry, yeah, it's in my sideboard, or maybe board. The Shusher is definitely in the list because it's amazing, and Destiny Spinner actually only helps a couple of the combos in the deck, so I haven't really enjoyed it. There's a number of artifacts that you want to get through, so that's why I chose Shusher. Yes, I'm on Wheel of Fortune and Windfall. We're not on Time Twister because I want my graveyard to stay stocked.
Yeah, like you're playing Savine's
Basically,
Reclamation, so like you're
exactly.
benefited by having a filled
Uh,
graveyard, and you're on Breach,
exactly.
so like it
Yes.
lets you have a little bit more wiggle room the turns you're trying to go off.
Yeah. And so if you've heard Braden talk about medium green back in the day, um, where there are times when you have to have two counter spells in your hand and you look at your opponents with genuine fear on your face and you go, "Oh man, I don't have anything to be that greedy player." This deck rewards that so much. The amount of times I've been able to be like, "Oh man, I don't have it," and pass to the open cast player and they have to use their counter spells, and then on your turn you have like a multi-tiered protected win. It's amazing. The thing I was talking about with Braden about generating infinite colorless mana, I do have backup plans for that. So if you notice, I am running one arcane signet. That is so that I can cast my dockside when I have infinite colorless mana. Hopefully, that will at least generate me two. The dockside, I only need to generate two treasures, and that's even if I don't count the Lotus Petal, if I don't count the Chromox or the Mox Diamond in my deck. But if I get two treasures, I can then play Baron, because once again, we have infinite colorless mana in this scenario, and Baron's ability is colorless to activate. So while you're getting the loop going, you can sacrifice something like a land to start the loop, and then when you're generating infinite mana, hopefully your dockside will at least be making you three treasures. So, or sorry, only two treasures, because you need the two to play Baron. Baron's on the field. Then from that point, you need one treasure to sacrifice and one treasure, or sorry, one treasure to replay dockside and one treasure to sacrifice the Baron's ability. Because once again, in this scenario, you already have infinite colorless mana.
So you
So
need three
that's how you convert.
treasures. So you need three treasures then, right?
No, two.
So one to pay for dockside, one to
Yep.
sack. Where's your profit?
No. Yes, sorry, you're right. 100%, you're right. Yes, 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 yes. You need one to profit. My bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all good.
So, but that in that scenario, that's like if for some reason you're comboing off in your second main phase and you don't want to go for the underworld breach lines, which also are there. And that's why I also have the breach lines because they will be there to Angel's Grace and you make your opponents draw their whole deck. So there's a number of, ways to win. And that's what I really like about this list. As I said, I'm a very aggressive player. And I do enjoy the pressure turn after turn. Um, so going back to the pact of negation thing we were talking about, traditionally, I actually find pact of negation better in decks like this. I know, as I said, you're setting up the win turn after turn. One, the Angel's Grace combo, it hasn't come up for me yet, but it is in the deck, right? So you can Angel's Grace for one mana and then go for your wins that turn. The second thing you can do is you can pact of negation is often. I keep that until the very end, until I literally cannot do anything else. So hypothetically, I will try and get all of the other counter spells out of my hand before I use pact of negation, just because that's a smart way to play the card, right? The other thing is,
Not always.
between not always, how exceptions for things like you play Flusterstorm, right?
Or just like
The other way,
you want to bait another counter spell, so you play your pact, and then they counter your pact,
yes,
and then you
that
use
is
your
another
proper counter
scenario.
spell.
Good point. Yeah, yeah. I guess I shouldn't have been so total about it. But the list also, I have not. This might be the list I've played where Pact of Negation. I have a good amount of mana dorks. With Thrasios out, you ramp like crazy. I have a good amount of artifacts that generate a lot of mana because I have all of the monoliths. With Kinnan and a bunch of my dorks, you generate just a ton of mana, and it's highly synergistic that way. So that's sort of answering that question. Did you have anything else you were thinking while looking at it, Braden, that you wanted to bring up on stream?
Not really. I don't like hate the list. I just think there's too much going on. I
Yeah,
also
that makes
think you're
sense.
not running enough dorks. I think this is running one Lana Elves is incorrect.
I understand your perspective on that. I have thought that myself, and
It also
no,
makes your
training grounds
neoforms
is
worse.
in the list.
It makes your neoforms a lot worse too.
So
Not having so many.
my the thing is with my list, there are zero scenarios in which I am neoforming or evolutioning for something that is not accessible from my command zone. So I am the
You're never
only
neoforming
creatures.
for Dockside, so you can like win off of a Baron in your hand.
No, not often. And if I
That
am,
seems wrong.
that's
I don't believe you.
But if so that only doesn't work with neoform. Eldritch evolution you can do less.
Yeah,
So
I
I
just
guess
think
that's
having
one card.
like I think like having a second copy of Dockside in your deck in the form of like Neoform, it's like pretty
I
busted,
guess
and
that
like
seems like a very corner case scenario. Once again, I'm like
it's not a
that would
corner
be
case
if
to
I
play
was
the best card. Like what is could possibly be the best card in your deck more consistently, right? It's not a corner
so the
case.
best. But that's what I'm saying. Dockside is like the third tier of creatures, right? So I'm
Then why are you
priority
playing
wise. I
Baron
usually
Master
get.
Wizard? Why not
You're
some other
missing my
one
point,
mod?
Braden. You're missing my point completely. I'm
Okay.
saying if I'm going to use Neoform or Eldritch Evolution, I'm going for primarily Seaborn or Zerta or Salvagers if I have an LED in hand, right? That Dockside is often not the thing I am targeting. Yes, it's not officially in my maybe board, but Biomancer's Familiar is in the maybe board
That's
that
also
I
another
just
card
haven't
you
put on
can
there.
Neoform off of a Dork.
Yes, yeah. Familiar is obviously a very powerful card. I am running the other two versions of the effect, Zerda and Training Grounds,
You can also
so
get Keenan
easily.
with Neoform off of a Dork, which is pretty good.
Sure. That's never something I would go for, but I understand. Yeah.
If you have like a Grim Monolith in play,
Then I would. Yeah. It only combos with Basalt Monolith, but I know what you meant.
oh yeah,
Um, yeah. I just guess in that scenario, no, because I would just play Thrasios and Neoform for Zerda because it's just better.
no, it's not. You have to pay. So you play your Thrasios, which is probably not the first time you've played it, but let's say it is. You pay 2 mana for it. You pay 2 more mana for it to get your Zerda. Then you pay 4 more mana for your Thrasios, and before you've even activated your Thrasios once, so it's 10 mana.
I'm talking about going directly for the win, Braden. Where do you?
Oh, I see. So you're talking about like you would, but then you have to spend colored. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Why Zerda?
Yeah, because Zerda is just the most efficient version of the effect. It just yeah.
Is it?
It yeah, by far. It combos with so many things in the deck as opposed to Cannon, which is like two.
I just don't like sacking your Thrasios because it just makes it harder to get out of. It makes it like way harder to get into the grindy part of the game because next time you play it, it costs 2 more. When you could just sack a dork, which is like worth nothing except for
Um,
slots in your deck.
I understand the point. I just in implementation, it has never been an issue. It just it I have the everything I would like to actively tutor for. Once again, I can access through Neoform on Bruce or Thrasios.
What
So
about like a Gilded Drake?
Guild
That's,
Leader's a great target. Once again, I can evolution for it, but
yeah, but the whole
and
point is that
it's
you
not
get
like I'm
to.
not also not running dorks. Like I do have dorks there, right?
I guess
So
like I think like probably what is the normal amount? You get Noble Hierarch, you get 3, then you get Arbor Elf, then you have Bird's Paradise. So like 7 is the normal amount. 8. I feel like 8 is, but I can't think of what the eighth is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I'm thinking of Deathrite, or yeah, I'm probably just
probably
thinking about
yeah.
Deathrite, which you can't play.
And there's also Elves of Deep Shadow, which we can't play either,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
it's Boreal
the
Druid,
only
but you don't want to play
I
Boreal Druid.
guess
Oh,
I'd
Avacyn's
really rather
Pilgrim.
not.
Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Yeah,
That's what the eighth is. Avacyn's Pilgrim. That card's pretty good.
yeah, exactly. No, I have no problem with Pilgrim. The only reason I'm running my choice was between Llanowar Elves and Avacyn's Pilgrim. The only reason I
I
chose
think I like
uh,
Pilgrim more in this deck. 'Cause
the
you have
only reason
Zerda.
I chose Elves was because of Priest of Titanium.
That's fair. I guess like the idea that you
As
just
a
play Zerda off of it is like pretty hot. Because like I imagine getting double white sources is like sometimes annoying.
The fact that it's hybrid, not
Oh
really.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that's really all I wanted to talk about on the list. It has been very exciting for me. Llanowar Elves strictly worse than Finhorn Elves. You're probably right. Have you seen that art? It's amazing.
Oh, come
But
on. At least they're both better than was it Elvish Mystic? You get multiple elves with
oh
Finmore
yeah,
elves. Elvish
yeah.
Mystic, you only get one elf. Come on.
To be fair,
Awful.
Llanowar Elves is in the deck because it's in white border, and I'm horrible like that.
You're the worst.
I know, I know. It's either foils or white border. I can't decide between the two.
Disgusting. All right. Do you want to
But
go
that's one
back
of those. Yeah.
to prizes and
Yeah, let's do
free
another trivia
stuff?
question for some
All right.
giveaways.
I will
Woo
delete this
woo.
thing I just made.
Nice, nice.
How do I delete it? Who's to say? Who knows?
That is a great question,
Who
Braden.
knows how to delete things? All right, delete.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go down here,
Um,
and free stuff will come up here.
free stuff, free stuff.
I'm so bad at this, guys. Can't you tell?
Finhorn and white border. Deckmasters are hard to. Wait, there's a white border
Yeah, there is. There's the
Finhorn
deck
elf
masters.
printing?
Yeah, there's the deck masters one. You,
I need it.
so we have free stuff and prizes. So I'm gonna bring up our
Free stuff and prizes.
next question. This is a question that Cobblepot could easily answer. I feel like he is a member of the Lab Maniacs after all. Uh, what is the name of Braden's first Thrasios and Tymna deck? This deck existed before Paradox Scepter Thrasios, which is like what existed before Consultation Scepter Thrasios, which is what existed before Medium Green. So before Paradox Scepter Thrasios, what was the name of the deck I played?
First one to get it gets a sticker.
Yeah, you'll get a sticker. Although we might give some extra time to people who haven't won yet. But yeah, guess the. Yeah, I can also post the deck list. Oh, you already did because you're smart. So
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is actually
that's a newer list. That was
very new. Yeah.
That's like around the time that Medium Green came around.
Was invented. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so hint for the people. Dan Monahan.
Medium Timna.
Dan Monahan made this deck, and he wrote the primer on MTG Salvation.
Yeah, back in the Dizzy when that was where you wrote things.
Yeah. So yeah, he wrote the primer on MTG Salvation, and it was a Thrasios and Tymna deck that ran. It ran Bomberman. So I'm just gonna keep saying more things about the deck. It ran Bomberman by Dan Monahan on MTG Salvation.
Thrasios Pasios.
Thrasios Pasios, close, very close. The name Thrasios was not. I guess it was probably called like TNT than the name of the deck.
One of the win cons has 3 black pips in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. 3 black pips, and it's not Necropotence.
And it's not Necropotence, so it's the other one.
Yeah. And it had
I really did like
half
that
of that name, half of the name of that card in the name. Yeah, okay, so you're right about Doomsday. You're right. So you got Doomsday. It was Thrasios and Tymna, Doom, and then one more word.
Oh, come on, anybody.
Oh
No. Doomweaver. Oh gosh, I hope not.
That was a deck, I'm pretty sure.
Was it really?
I'm
Ew.
pretty sure. All right, you guys are gonna
Doomsday
make
Scepter? No.
you guys are gonna make me pull out the deck tech from January 6th. January 6th, 2017.
Yikes.
All right.
Old man magic at this point.
All right. Here, we'll do another one. This is the deck. Thrasios and Tymna, Doomtide. Doomtide was the name. We'll have another trivia question.
All right.
Let's
do.
All right.
I like this one. Who?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Who was the first guest to appear on the cEDH Cast podcast? Our first ever guest.
Yeah, this should be an easy one, I think. All right, and now you got to show us that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Me? I'm a host.
That's rude.
Oh, Harley! Hey, nice.
All right, Harley. It looks like you got it. So make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube, and then DM us on
Discord. Yeah,
on Discord. We will get the stickers out to you. So you have to DM one of us.
I'll repost the Discord link again.
Yep. It was in fact Shaper. So, and I feel like we should do one more. Should we?
Yeah, yeah, we got stickers to give. Ooh, this one's I got a tough one that people might be able to
This one has
guess.
a different answer though, depending on if you count. All right, here's what we'll do.
We can give that as a hint. We can give that as
Let's
a
do this
hint.
one.
The last one? All
Yeah.
right.
Who is the most recent guest on our podcast? And a hint here, a hint. The podcast has not come out yet, so slight. If you
Yeah,
listen
we'll
to,
give more hints as it goes on, definitely.
yeah,
Because I know people have been around when we've talked about it. Some patrons may have already
yeah,
seen
this
the
one we're
logo
giving
for
a
the
slight benefit.
episode.
Slight benefit to the patrons. If this is
Yeah.
the kind of content you're interested in, check out our Patreon.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
or at Discord. So yeah, it's who was the most recent guest on our
Yes.
podcast?
So the episode. Oh, Sage got it right away.
Sage.
Woo.
That's basically cheating, but you got it. So yeah. So actually, I can pull up the whatever for it.
Yeah.
I'll pull up
Yes.
the picture.
So yeah, we have been lucky enough to be granted an audience with the great Shivam Butt of many of you may know him from Casual Magic, but more importantly, he is a member of the Commander Advisory Group, the group that basically advises the Rules Committee. And the thing that about Shivam that many people who aren't like just many people aren't aware in general is that Shivam has been the person who has been fighting so hard for Flash. And you're going to hear a lot about this in the episode, but I really suggest you listen to the episode because his views on Magic are so different from a cEDH player's. He just loves
It's important to have
playing
that
Magic on the
perspective.
most casual level, but he is such a good person and just genuinely caring about, promoting people's happiness. And that's what we are here for in EDH of any form. So
Yeah.
I really think you're going to enjoy this episode. It's a pretty long one too, so it's closer to 2 hours.
Yeah. So
uh,
if you are interested in that, check it out when it comes out later in time. I don't know when it's going to come out, but get ready for it. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So Sage won that one. Sage just DM one of us, harass us, make fun of us, and we'll get those stickers to you if you bully us hard enough.
yeah.
Oh, Trevor, you did get Doomtide, but it looks like you're kind of on a delay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, Doomtide was correct. So I don't know, Ian. Is there anything else you'd like to do for
Yeah, just a reminder, everybody. I will be live with Playing with Power this Saturday. It's extremely exciting. I've been a fan of their content since it first came out. Braden knows them pretty well because he's a mod on their, or you were at one point a mod on the Discord, right?
I am still
Oh, you are still great. Okay.
somehow.
Braden's a mod on the Discord, and Ryan was really supportive in getting this podcast started in the first place.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was so supportive,
Yeah.
and he really helped us out. He shared our
he
links and our.
he he retweeted our first
Yeah.
thing just
Right.
where we talked about
We
the
have
concept
30
of our
followers.
show.
We have 30 followers. Oh my god, we have 30 followers. We were freaking out.
Yeah, right.
we were losing our minds.
But really, thank you everybody who's been listening and who supports us and has gotten us to this 500 subscriber celebration. Please continue to jump into the Discord and give us any ideas for what you think might make people subscribe, because we are really pushing to get to that 1,000 subscriber
We're
mark.
desperate. We're desperate for it.
We really want to get the show monetized because that means we can add more stuff. We can add more shiny things. We're working on gameplay. We're working on a lot of stuff. So Britt and I really have been pushing hard for this. And we know it's a tough time for everybody, but please be safe out there. Do your best. And subscribing is free. So
Yeah, please,
thank you so much.
So we just really need the subscribers. It's like literally. I mean, we also like you to watch our videos.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But yeah, just helping us out by hitting that subscribe button really helps. And also liking the videos, like that helps so much. It helps boost our confidence, and also I'm pretty sure it works with the algorithm. So if I say algorithm 3 times, maybe this video will get views. Who knows? But
Awesome,
okay,
everybody.
you know,
Thank you.
Million, you don't have to bully us in our own chat like this. How dare you?
Much love. All right. I
Yeah.
think are we all set, my man?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm sorry, Knox. Uh, we'll probably have more stuff coming up tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
Oh
Do you
yeah.
want to sign up for to do something like this tomorrow? Want to do some gameplay?
I will do my best to do some gameplay during the day, is my hope.
All right,
So
yeah, sure. I'm down for that. So
we'll figure something out and keep y'all in the
yeah,
loop.
I should
Come
sign
check
up.
out our Discord because we tell you every time we do stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we send really obnoxious notifications, and then some of the people actually look at them. So it's pretty fun.
Awesome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing week.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a nice time. Bye.
Bye.